What's up, ARC fam? And we welcome you to the ARC Community Podcast, your go-to spot for inspiration and impact. I'm Jin, and I'm coming to you from the heart of ARC Bacolod, where we're all making a difference. By the community, for the community. To our first-time listeners, welcome. ARC is a nonprofit based right here in Bacolod City, and we're dedicated to community support powered by community involvement. Whether it's our ARC Help Drive for humanitarian aid, ARC Growth Avenue with enriching seminars, the ARC Clinic offering healthcare and mental health counseling, or ARC Academy with after-school tutorials, we've got your needs covered. Interested in joining us? We're always looking for volunteers and partners to help us make our community better. For today's episode, we are blessed again because we only not have one guest, but we have a couple of guests that would join our conversation this afternoon. So before we even start, let me introduce to you these people with me. We have Julio Panda, which is who is currently a third year student in Riverside. Can you tell us more like what do you study and yeah.
Hello. Hello, everyone, and Sir Arjun. Good afternoon. My name is Julio Pandan. I'm a third year student, incoming fourth year in Riverside College. I'm a physical therapy student. So, a lot of people think of physical therapy. What is it? Actually, we are medical professionals that help people. We empower people through the restoration of movement and pain management, and we are also a big part of the healthcare community system and community. So I am currently studying to become one in the future, so that I may be able to touch lives in the future as a medical professional.
Thank you for your service, Sir Julio. And also, we have another guest this afternoon, none other than Mom Joy and Argente.
Good afternoon, Sir Arjun. So I'm Joy. I am a registered nurse by profession, but currently I am a graduating medicine student of University of St. Lazal.
Thank you so much, Mom Joy. And please correct me if I'm wrong. By the way, they are um they belong to a group called Rotary.
Correct.
Okay. And
Correct.
if please correct me if I'm wrong, Mom Joy. You were the first female Rotarian, I think way back 2018.
Yes, in Rotary Club of Bacolod North. However, I reverted back to Rotarac only because during that time I was a dual member, both Rotary and Rotarac.
Got you. Well, anyway, Sir Julio and Ma'am Jo, to those people who don't know Rotarac yet, what is Rotarac Club?
Rotary Club of Bacolod North is the youth sector of what we call the Rotary Club of Bacolod North. So we are a group of we have a lot of services that we offer. One is especially we have our flagship projects such as medical missions. We have our environmental projects such as mangrove planting, and we also have our educational projects, and moreover.
Wow. Could you add a little more of what you guys do for the community, Ma'am Joy, aside from medical missions and what Sir Julio had mentioned?
Actually, Rotary Club is a diversified club, meaning we do a lot of projects. We do not just center on one aspect. So we do have projects in terms of education and literacy, water and sanitation, environmental protection, medical missions, and health services like that one. So basically, Rotary Club is sort of jack of all trades in terms of doing community projects. So we have volunteers that are centered through medical. We have teachers nga volunteers din. Then kami mga policeman nga mga volunteers and even politicians, by the way. So we are really a diversified club.
Yeah, it's the word diversified that really made me curious because it's not just focused on one, need of a community. So you do community cleanups, you do medical missions, so which is good. But you know what? I'm just curious, guys, like what inspired you to join this club?
For me, what inspired me to join Rotary Club is my passion to do service for the community. I am a nurse by profession, and ever since I was really into doing free services to different communities because I have seen that there are a lot of people who are quite unfortunate, not especially having this kind of health system in this country. They do not have this free health services that they really need. So as a nurse, I think it's in my own little way to help them out through this mission, and I have found this opportunity in Rotary Club.
Grabe, no? Yeah, go ahead, Sir Julio.
For me, I began my journey in service when I was a senior high school student in Riverside College. I joined the student government, but then soon after, I began to think, why not branch out to not only the students of my school, but to the community. And the Rotary Club of Bacolod North gladly took me in as one of their members. And starting from there on, I had a great passion to serve the community through whatever skills I can provide to the club, to the members, and also to the people of the community. Because I really believe that we as humans, we were put in this world to serve, as God has did and Jesus has. We are put in this world to serve and to love other people.
Grabe, no? I mean, it's nice to know that, because imagine, Ma'am Jo, you studied, right? And you studied this profession, and I don't imagine if some people would have this mindset to give this back to the community for free. I mean, you studied it for 4 years, and then suddenly you realize, oh, I wanna give back. I wanna give back. I wanna make it free, right? To the community, which is really good. Sometimes, we if we find ourselves like not being as individual but being part of a collective, we begin to realize that we need to help other people. And as young as you, it's nice na you cultivated already a sense of like fulfillment in helping other people, which is nice. By the way, can I ask, like, how many years have you been, like, a member of Rotaract?
I've been with Rotary since 2009.
Wow.
But I started with Rotary Club of Marapara. Then I just transferred to Rotary Club of Bacolod North. Back then, Rotary Club of Bacolod North is quite dying because the members are already growing in their Rotary years already. So they're transitioning to become Rotarians. So I was the district Rotary representative then, meaning I hold all the Rotary clubs in Negros, Panay, and Western Mindanao. So I guess it was my calling to relieve back Rotary Club of Bacolod North. So that's why I transferred to this club to, para mag-sort out and then mag-attract naman new members for the club to grow back.
Grabe nga calling, Ma'am Joy, cause you've been here for quite some time. 2009, and right now we're 2024. What 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 is, if there's one thing that made you stay in Rotary? Cause imagine, some people would stay in an organization for 3 to 5 years, hop on a different org, But what made you stay in Rotaract for a decade already? More than a decade, right?
More than a decade actually. Actually what made me stay is family. Our members or let's say ginaturing ginamon ang amon nga mga miyembro as family. So we do not just do it because we just want to serve or for clout purposes.
Mm.
So do pamilya gi kami, we go out during birthdays, we go out on random days, we go out on our bad days. So do ka pamilya gid siya. And then there's a sense of fulfillment for me whenever we do projects like this one and seeing the smiles of people in the community that we have helped.
I truly believe in what you're saying, Ma'am Joy, because I mean, you wouldn't even stay. I think the belongingness is felt within the group, and thank you for your service as well, Ma'am Joy. Anyway, so Julio, how long have you been in Rotaract?
For me, I'm relatively a new member. I joined Rotary Club of Bacolod North in 2021. So I've only been here for 3 years. And thankfully, Miss Joy and the other club members, took me in. So I entered the Rotary Club of Bacolod North during the pandemic. So it wasn't the usual feeling that you get when you enter organizations because it was through online. We just registered to join the club, and we were added to the group pages, group chats, and all. But as we began, I'm glad that I started to gradually, amat-amat, find family in the members that I have met. And so far, in the 3 years of my service as a Rotaractor, I I have no plans of leaving because everyone and all the projects we do give me a reason to stay. And yes, I wish to grow more as a member of Rotaract Club of Bacolod North.
I mean, 3 years is still long for me, Sir Julio. So I think amo na gyapon it all boils down into family. You know, you see the sense of fulfillment si mo be
Yeah.
Ma'am Joy.
Kaya actually, ang Rotaract, though nubiyo ko na siya. Kaya we've been together for almost several decades, decade na ata. So, mas long pa siya sa relationship ko. So, although nabiyo ko na ng Rotaract actually.
Grabe. But yeah, we are always amazed with people, you know, seeing the sense of fulfillment bala in helping the unprivileged. You know, there's so many people out there that need not only even the physical needs like food, water, but overall, you know, and that's what I really see as how Rotaract help people. It's diversified. It's not focused into one aspect,
Yeah.
which is really good. But yeah, anyway, I don't know. You maybe have different types of challenges, no? Because might be a different challenge for a 10-year stay within the group, and also it could be different with relatively new, you know, starting 3 years already. But what are the challenges, if there is, what are the challenges that you had with your experience with Rotaract, and how did you overcome it?
With Rotaract, one of the biggest problems that we really have is looking for funds. In every projects that we have, we usually have this donation drive. We usually post informations about our projects to gain funds and to gain sponsorship. So we cannot do a project unless we have funds. And one thing that it's difficult with our club is that because most of our members are students, so I cannot force them to shell out money. If we do, it's just around 100 pesos, 150, the most is 500 to shell out for a project. But that is not enough to fund a certain project. So yeah, looking for funds is one of our, problema. But talking aside, we believe that in every struggle, there would always be solution. So sa amon sa Rotaract, what we do is that most of us are really sweet talker. Oh, sweet talker. So we usually look for sponsors. We usually look for partners in the community mismo to have an exchange deal. So for example, we do this medical mission in this certain barangay, but they will be the one to hold the lunch for us. So we do the service, they give us the lunch like that. And then big companies, we had big companies as our sponsors also, and big individuals. So we usually put on their names on our marketing ads. And of course, we do provide them with documentation and liquidation after each of the activities so that their trust and our credibility would not be ruined in terms of handling these finances.
Grabe, Ma'am Joy. I realized, you know, yeah, you give the services, you treat us for lunch. It's always a win-win. There would always be a way to you know make it a win-win, you know, just for both parties. And I love what you said, like, you know, you make it you make it certain that you provide the documentation, because I think that's what the sponsors need, you
Yeah.
know. You need to show them like what are the services, you know, where did all the costs go. And yeah, pictures of those smiling
Yes.
faces from people nga na, no, it's I think those are like a key to, you know, just continue supporting you guys.
Actually, Sir Arjun, our sponsors, especially for our medical missions, are just repeat sponsors. So, kung sino ang nag-sponsor sang last, probably they would sponsor the next year. Kikita man nila that we are very transparent in terms of liquidation. At the same time, nakita nila ang product kung nagbulig sila gamay, but they helped 1,000. Like that.
Mm.
Yeah, and we can provide aside from pictures, we can provide statistics of example when we do medical missions, provide data on how many how many children we had consulted or how many children uh got involved in the 𝗕𝗰. So stuff like that. We're very glad to our sponsors that they continue to sponsor us throughout our many projects.
That's a great point. That's a great point. Like, you provide statistics and you just data. Letting them know, like, hey, we just fed 26 children, 100 children, but hey, there's more children out there that we need to feed. So statistics are really key, to for continuous support from other people. But Sir Julio, what was it like? What are the challenges that you had with your 3 year stay in Rotara?
All right. So the challenges that I had, especially as a student, it's very difficult to manage my time between managing my studies and my other extracurricular activities with the time spent in the organization. Uh, of course, I am a busy student. It's always my priority to do well in my education, and it's difficult to shell out time for especially for planning our events, our activities, and then of course, we use instead of using our free time to rest or what on weekends, we use it to to be involved in the activities we do, such as medical missions and plantings. But aside from my personal struggles, of course, as an officer in our club, it was also difficult since there would be times that our members who are also there are a lot of student members, they also don't have time to join our activities. So there would be times where we would be lacking in manpower,
Mm.
especially in our medical mission. Recently there were just a few of our active student members who were be able to join since it was at the same time as the like exam weeks in schools. So that is one of the challenges that we face, but at the same time we are grateful to the members for making bawi. Sometimes the next event they would be there, they would participate a lot, and they would still continue to be faithful to the organization by partaking in numerous activities.
Right. Yeah. I mean, during our medical missions, because we conduct medical missions here at ARC as well, you know, just being willing, I think, is really key, but it's just the tip of the iceberg. When you go there, kuryohan pa kung din ang registration, ang BP check-up, and everything. And when you lack manpower,
Yeah, it's difficult.
init pa, like, di may plus na ng doctor. So, manpower is very important for medical mission. And I agree with you. Sometimes when you have to study, especially you're in third year, fourth year, dre na siguro kasunod din yung mga internship. You have to be somewhere, busy, busy, busy with studies and all. Sometimes it's so hard to squeeze time, which I think, the Rotaract should be grateful for what you do still.
Yeah.
But I wanna understand as well, like, what is like your future vision? Joining here at Rotaract. I can't imagine Ma'am Joy, 10 years. Maybe you'd stay old here. That's a very nice idea though. But what is the future of Rotaract, or what is the vision that you have for Rotaract years ahead?
Siguro, with Rotaract, we are lucky right now that the Rotaract Club International, I'm talking about international since Rotaract Club is not just basically here in Bacolod. We are an international club under the Rotary International. So Rotaract Club had their new legislation in terms of age for membership. So, una, until 30 ka lang sa Rotaract. But, subong, pwede ka nakapalapaw. And I don't have to tell you my age for that one, for that matter. So, subong, it's a privilege for us, young professionals,
Mm.
to be still in Rotaract. But, on the future aside, we are training Rotaractors to become future Rotarians. So it's another avenue for us to deliver service. Of course, when we earn already, when
Yeah.
we become doctors, when we become PTs, when we become medtechs, we have the opportunity to help in a bigger scale, unlike when we are in students. So Rotary Club of Bacolod North is our avenue to transition from being a Rotaractor to become a Rotarian. So from a smaller scale of helping a community, we can do much in Rotary naman. if we become professionals and earn more, of course.
I mean, that's a very good point. Very, very good point. Because imagine, because we're lacking of sponsors, right?
Yeah.
But what if we instill this fulfillment to help people within the community, within our members, right? Like, let them stay, let them understand, you know, there are people out there that need your help.
Kung baga, bala Sir Arjun, para someone, it's a ripple effect.
Mm.
If you see other people helping, then by the time that you can help man, ma-ripple effect naman na siya, you'll inspire other people to help also. So helping service is addicting actually in Rotary. And when you get hold of this type of service, when you get hold of helping other people, it's just like you're euphoric.
Yeah.
Duga drugs actually. So, ang mga iban mo mga members, do magkaka-inspire, mamala ako, may kwarta ako, ihatag ko ni kay makabulik pa ning 100 pesos ko, ang 100 pesos ko gali. Kung ikaon ko lang sa Starbucks, kulang. But if I help this out to the community, it can help a lot. So that instills a value of sharing their blessings, man. So
Wow.
it's what I call inspiration. It's a transfer of inspiring stories from one member to the other and to the future generation. So that's our vision actually in Rotary.
Thank you, Ma'am Joy. Go ahead.
I would like to add lang, sir, with what Miss Joy said. I think it's a very important role for us when we are in service. It's not only that we serve, but we should also inspire other people to serve as well. Because the world is a big enough place that we can never really touch everyone's hearts. So we should be able to branch out more. And as we grow older, as someday I will become a Rotarian, one of my goals is to really inspire the youth and pass on the legacy of service, and hope that someday many more of the youth will be inspired by my heart of service, and that they will continue on our legacy, especially as they grow older as well. So like Miss Joy said, it's going to be a ripple effect. Our legacy will be passed on, and someday there will be many more youth to be inspired to serve as well, just like us.
I think that's a great point. Those community that have Rotaract, within their vicinity are very blessed. And what Sir Julio said, how we wish, we imagine a Rotaract branching out from different communities, even those unreached, even those remote na gidla katama. I mean, imagine how much of a help could this people get, from the services that you have. But you know what? I'm just curious. Can you tell us like some of the unforgettable moments, or maybe if you could say success stories that you could remember within your stay, in Rotaract?
Sa success stories siguro, Sir Arjun, ang damo ko may itikan, bao itikan. Pero, one of the most unforgettable experience that I had in Rotaract was during the time of pandemic. So, of course, all of our projects were cut short. We cannot do medical mission per se, even if you want to. We cannot do tree planting if we want to. So, what we did sa Rotaract is that, of course, another restaurant nag-sponsor na siya sa amon. And then, what I did is that we distributed lunch meals sa along La Consolacion,
Yun.
Lao, for that moment. And then, I realized nga, with just a simple lunch bala that we provided, it can give joy na bala to a certain individual. Kay, I remember that man, he was a foreigner actually. He was scammed by a Filipina. So during pandemic, he was already here. He was homeless. And he was just joyful to receive that box of lunch. Because though pila na siya kaadlaw wala kakaon. And seeing that made me realize may passion for service nga ay nagtiner ko di gali kay there are people who needs me. Hindi mo kami manggaranon, we're not rich enough to help a lot. But I guess we are just blessed enough that we know how to convince people, we know how to inspire people to help other people also. And if other people, if other big politicians per se, if other big companies would see this type of service that we had, nga estudyante lang kami gani gamuli kami, how much more sila. So base pa lang ma-inspire man sila to help other people. And during the pandemic, as a nurse, I was really frustrated with the health system. So nakabalik ko sa self kung ako magbalik liwat ang time nga maka-medical mission kami, we would double up with our communities. So, after pandemic, nagbalik na naman project. It came to a point that we had 2 medical missions.
Wow.
Dua ka community, one in Bacolod and one outside in Bacolod. When naturally, we only had one
Wow.
per year. So, it was a life turning point for me, the pandemic, because we were restrained, but it gave us a fresher view of how to do service. Kay dugin papanumdom, di ko ba lang hala, paano ko ni mabuligan ang mga tao nga restrained ko, hindi mo ko kagwa. But of course, but as a nurse, you are privileged sometimes to go out with your sense because you're a health practitioner. So you can just help out in your little way by that time.
Grabe, no? Very, very flexible, Joy. Very flexible. Even though pandemic, we always have a way to help.
Yeah.
That's key. Like, no matter what the situation, no matter what the status you are in right now, I mean, it doesn't cost a lot of money to help.
Yeah.
There would always be a way to be a blessing to the community. So, how about you, Sir Julio? Like, what was the pinakabudlay gid being challenge that you had with Rotary? How did you overcome it?
For me, usually the one I'm going to explain right now is probably my story of growth in the club of Rotary. Since I mentioned earlier that only 3 years pa lang ko sa Rotary, and we have our flagship medical mission every year, or tri-health mission as we call it. I remember during my first gid nga tri-health mission, I was just ang inassign sa akon nga task was just to do ano lang, pang-organize lang ko bala sa mga lines and all that. So I was thinking na sila ni kanay Miss Joya gatuli na to and medical consult. I was just wondering na nami guro someday mamumang ko na no. So it's just amulo na I was just patient lang ako ko nga sige adri lang ko anay mga organize lang ko yung mga ma-consult and ano. So that was my first medical mission. And during the second year, I was that time I was incoming third year PT. So I was thinking na I want to be more involved in the healthcare nga mga more on medical skills na bala. So ang ginobra ko ng volunteer lang ko anay sa vital signs taking para ka-practice ko. So ang role ko that time was practice lang ko BP, take ko BP and vital signs sa mga patient. And dala na gamay nga interview. So that time I was like thinking okay, at least I'm happy to be growing amat-amat as a member of the Rotary Club and as a future medical professional. But this year, recently when we concluded our medical mission in EB Magalon, I'm happy to say that nakatuli ko isa ka person with the help of Miss Joy Gid. Nagbulig siya sa akon. So at that moment I was very happy because nakalabot na ko sa point na I am able to perform skills like these which are if I wasn't part of the Rotary Club of Bacolod North, wala gid ko na expose to these kinds of medical missions, helping the community. And now I am exposed, I am learning now how to do grabbing unique skills in the medical field. So I am very grateful to have grown a lot in the past 3 years that I have been with Rotary Club of Bacolod North. And for challenges so far, wala pa man ko say may na super na face gid nga grabe na challenge sa Rotary itself. But I remember during that time sa recent namon nga medical mission, it was during my internship my last month of internship sang third year. So kapoy na ko that time kay aside from our clinical exposure, we had to study for numerous exams.
Yeah.
Right after sang internship namon, may exams kami and all. I was really tired, but I already had a jam-packed week that time, studying and all. And then may medical mission pa kami. But when the medical mission ended, I thought nadula tanan ko nga kapoy. I was like, grabe, I'm ready to go back to my PT ang rehab clinic nga kundiin ko gayon rotate. Kaya I was like na-inspire ko because naka-help naman kami a lot of people in the community. I was like, grabe, this Rotary has given me a venue to to express my willingness to serve people in the community and share my skills bala as a future medical professional.
Wow.
So yeah.
I see a story of patience, with what you share, Sir Julio. Like how patient Ma'am Joy is helping you out, pali yan, yan lang nun eh. Hands on, and be patient to yourself as well. I mean, imagine, it's a worthwhile growth experience for you. It takes time. Takes little steps until you could be at that top. But anyway, guys, some of the people that would be watching or listening would be inspired. How are you helping the community? Could you inform us, or tell our ARC fam how can they help Rotaract Club?
Hello, everyone. In terms of helping our club, making these projects a success every year, you can help via donating or like sponsoring some of our projects, or even devoting your time as manpower for these projects. If you don't have the resources to help out yet, manpower is really welcome in our club. Like say, when we do have tree planting, you can just volunteer, hop in with us and do the mangrove planting in Punta Taytay. If you are healthcare professionals and you want to practice and help other people, you can join openly in our medical missions. Just tap our like button and send us a message in our Facebook account.
Wonderful. Any other type of things or requirements that you need if somebody would say, I want to be a Rotaractor, tama ba? I want to be a volunteer within the Rotaract Club. Any process that we need to follow?
In terms of process, our club is not that really strict, but we maintain quality members in our club because subong niya, kabalo ka naman na Gen Z, they just go into service just for cloud purposes. So we want to maintain the quality of service that we have in Rotaract, that we have maintained for already 48 years as a club. So what our process would include inviting you, our prospect members. You just attend one meeting, which we are not really strict in terms of attendance, and do attend service projects even once, so that you'll see how willing you are with to go into the deeps of service in terms of Rotaract Club. We don't have any registration in terms of registration. We don't have that yet, but this year, since we are also paying dues in the Rotary International, we might come up with dues per month, but it's a minimal amount that is going to be used by the Rotary International to bring a bigger scale of service in the world.
Wonderful. Well, that's it for this afternoon, guys. Like what they said, if you want to be a part of this noble cause, want to be a part of Rotaract Club, follow their socials, send like their Facebook account, and then just send them a message. But anyway, Ma'am Joy and Sir Julio, we are blessed, honored. I wish we could have more time to discuss, right? But that wraps up our episode for today. So thank you so much for listening. And if you want to have the whole episode, please follow us in our Spotify and YouTube account, Bacolod Community. And if there's one thing that I really learned, guys, for this episode is, no matter how old you are, no matter how young you are, there would always be an opportunity to help. When everything's said and done, we entered this earth with nothing, we'll leave the earth with nothing, and all we have is just to have a legacy of being a part of this great collective where everybody is winning. So, guys, follow our TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook accounts, Bacolod Community, because here at ARC, it's by the community and for the community.